Ladies and gentlemen, kama kawa, karibuni kwa Expose Line Kenya, where sisi tunakupeleka na mtaratara na kukuleta haraka on the radar, ndio usijaribu kubaki nyuma, ama ni aje. Either way guys, my observations are this in the mandamanos that have been organized by Genz and what has been happening around here. Number one, Genz muli-organize maandamano ya kwenda kufanya nini? Ya kwenda kudemonstrate against the brutal killings that are happening and they are done by the police officers. That is number one. But again, as you went there, we realized that they were persons organized, goons, and even content creators, influencers kama Swale aliadmit kwa kamera kwamba walilipwa waende waambie mayutu watoke, mayutu waende wakafanya nini? Wakasababishe, wapige protesters, wa attack protesters. And we saw these things happen in real time and in real sense. And he admitted to it. The same applies to Gaucho, mwenye apparently pia walikutana na kina mama fulani wanatoka State House, wakaorganize magoons, wakakuja wakafanya nini? Wakakuja tena wakasababisha, wakapiga mayouth. That was the first round. But youths wakarealize that is not going to work because now the Gen Z mulikuwa mna face off na nini? Na magoons. Na wengi mkawashika, mkawachoma, mkawapiga, mkawateach lesson. So, maandamano yenye mmepanga hii last, what happened? Goons were organized, police officers were also organized, but they were organized to do something different, of which again it will come to affect maandamano ya Gen Z. That's why I'm calling this news Gen Z News Update. Right? So, how walichukua polisi wa keep busy kwa street? While other police officers were stealing, wali keep busy kwa street, nyinyi mkifanya nini? Mkiandamana. But the goons this time round were organized not to attack you because they knew what happens when you attack Gen Z. Hata mkikuja na marungu, the ones that are caught, they really suffer and they pay maybe by with their own lives. You get? So wali organize magoons, waende wa attack several businesses za watu, waende wa attack police stations and to burn them down, so that ionekane maandamano ya Gen Z is not a peaceful demonstration but a destructive demonstration. Kwa nini? Why broke into the shops of people if you are protesting for the life of what? One Albert Ojwang and Boniface Kariuki. You understand? So ikakuwa accusations zitatoka kwa Wakenya wote across the country that the Gen Zs, nyinyi mnajifanya mnaenda maandamano, kumbe mnaenda kwa attack nini? Kwa attack businesses za watu. But we clearly saw goons coming in groups, mpaka majenzi wanaondokea. Majenzi kama wakoleso wanaondokea, wanaacha. Unaona magoons wanaharibu specific shops, they destroy property, and then they go. Another thing to say that this was not Gen Z, but ilikuwa ipakwe Gen Z, of which imepakwa Gen Z, and a few people are even like, hatufai kwenda maandamano. Kwa nini? Maandamano inaleta vifo, maandamano inaleta kuharibu kwa biashara, inaleta hasara. You have to notice that in all the 11 police stations that were banned, this is not an allegation, it is true, stations were banned. Hakuna hata polisi moja wali retaliate. Hakuna hata moja. Hakuna hata shots in the air. Unlike ukiangalia for example, wakati huyu Kawanjiru wanashikwa, ndio huyu amelipa bond, is it bail kwa police station, immediately the anti-terror police unit are used to come and apprehend this person again from a police station. Hata hajatoka, yani tu ile mlango lifunguliwa hivi, ameshalipa bond, anaenda kutolewa, ndio wamekuja na van wamemchukua, wakaenda na yeye. Unashindwa so all these police wako na time ya one person mwenye ameshika already, ujua ameshashika ameko police station, but they have time for one police officer, wako na a lot of ammunitions, only shoot a lot of bullets in the air to scatter away a few family members. By the way, there were no people there, it was just a few family members. There was the mother, and then there was also the mother, the wife, and maybe brothers and sisters. You understand? But police used guns to scatter people. They you know, when walimshikashika na wakamtupa huko hivyo. So unashindwa, where were these police officers when police stations zinachomwa? Where were they? Like literally, mulikuwa wapi? Sasa nyinyi mnaonyesha might yenu over one person mwenye already ashashikwa, lakini wakati stations, properties za watu zinaharibiwa, you are nowhere to be seen. Like really? Is that Gen Z? We really need to rethink. So that wasn't the Gen Z. Now, this is where this video, you have to pay very close attention, my friends. Please, if you are on your phones or you're listening to other talks, just stop. Listen to this. If the government machineries can organize goons waende waharibu vitu za watu, mali za watu, na ujua hawatalipa hawa watu wenye biashara zao zimeharibiwa, unanielewa? Ndio ionekane Gen Z ndio wameharibu. Waende to the extent yenye wana organize goons kuchoma police stations, na wapolisi wanaambiwa wasifanye kitu. Because I am sure polisi ni ngumu sana waache ile armory room ati watu wakuje kuchoma. Kumbuka huko kuna vilipuzi, even bullets huwa zinalipuka, and they might cause more damage zikikuwa exposed to fire. So nothing happened, no police tried to retaliate, no police tried to protect a police station. Instead, they watched as those stations were burned down, the vehicles were burned down. If they can do this, just to stop the demonstrations that are ongoing, what do you think they cannot do? Hapa tuko na Sabasaba. Sabasaba is on the way and it is coming. Guys, I am thinking of all the avenues the same regime could use against the Gen Z. Tunaambiwa pale Quickmart, watu ni kama walikufa. Tumeona machokora wamekuja wakasema kuna watu walikuwa wanavuta hata out of wakapewa 2000 kuwapeleka mochari. Hii Sabasaba kuna bunduki zilitangazwa zimepotea. What if hizi bunduki, the Sabasaba march yenye inakuja itakuwa ni terrorist wali attack Gen Z? What if the government will create a fake Al-Shabaab terrorists amongst the young men to come and kill Gen Zs or any other person that will be in Mandamano, so they can have an excuse? We will not have a Mandamano anymore because it is exposing what? It is exposing the public to crime. It is exposing public to loss of life. And the evidence that I have is this, or the assumption evidence. Why would Oscar Sudi, before Sabasaba, say that wao as the government wanaenda kuset aside specific place ya watu kuandamana, of which again it's against the constitution? You understand? It's against the constitution. Watu waandamani kwa sababu atio nini? Even in first world countries like America, you cannot tell people this is where you're going to andamana, you cannot go there. No, watu wanaandamana kwote because it is enshrined within the constitution. So Oscar Sudi amejipiga kifua akasema tunaenda kwa parliament kupitisha law that watu watakuwa na demonstrate specific place, tutawekea area yenyu ya kudemonstrate. So this looks like a joke, like you are demonstrating because you like it, because you want, you know, you have nothing else to do, you just want to demonstrate. So the government decides watakuwekea ka place uko na demonstrate hapo. And he adds on and says this, na mkijaribu kutoka hapo pale ambapo mnafaa kudemonstratea, just listen to this video. So he goes ahead and threatens, like ukitoka hapa pale tumekuwekea demonstrate wewe utajua ujui. So really, so I am thinking there might be a setup again by the same government against him maandamano. So Gen Z mkistukia kuna watu wametokea na mapanga, kuna watu wametokea na makisu, kuna watu wametokea na mabunduki wanaua watu ovyo ovyo, nyi mjue tu this might be another government setup so as to stop the demonstrations. Because the demonstrations, you have to understand why the government is retaliating. Not because mnawapatia pressure, but also the international family inaona vitu zina happen kwamba young men and women are dying and being killed brutally by the police officers, wanahabari wanakuwa attacked, the government is not even taking action. Si mnaona kama Kariuki amekufa, huyo polisi bado wako tu, haijulikani tenda aje. The other day kuna huyu jamaa ameuawa anaitwa nani, Charles Were, nothing has happened. Another case is Albert Ojwang ameuawa Eliud Lagat is in the office working as usual. So all of these things, the more you demonstrate, the more you show it to the outside world, like the Americans, like wale watu wenye support Kenya. So nyinyi mna create a very serious impact to the extent that now the government cannot even do business with other countries because they know these are killers. This is a corrupt person because president is the image of the country. And if these things are happening and you Gen Zs are showcasing to the world, this is what our president is doing. This is what our president has been doing. This is the kind of a person he is. Iyo pressure ndio inajaribu kuwa what? Suppressed. Ndio vitu zifanywa nini? Chini ya maji and you cannot question. So you need to be on the alert on Sabasaba, guys. Be on the radar. Be on the alert. Because kunaweza kuwa na choreographed terrorism yenye ambayo itakuja imalize watu ikue. Sasa unaona, these gatherings are bringing what? Are attracting terrorists ndio wameua watu. So be on the alert. Be on the alert. Strangers you are seeing in the streets. Strangers you are seeing around your homes. Please guys, take a serious note. Take a very serious note that the government is not joking. It is after us all, and anyone who dares say something different. Ndio maana mnaona tunavaa mask. Either way ni watchdog mmoja. Anyone, pay very close attention. Angalia maneighbors wenyu. If you see stranger people coming through, wanahamia kwenyu na vitu kidogo, please raise an alarm. They might just be the ones to be used in those mandamanas. Otherwise, thank you so much. Make sure una subscribe, una hit notification bell on our road to 13,000. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate. See you in the next one. Peace.